Hey Cancer, welcome to your December reading. This is going to be kind of different to what I normally do. It's been a year since I've been doing my channel now, and all my cards are not listening. This table that I have set up here is just not great. I'm all cramped in and things. As you can see, I'm kind of in a different position at the moment. I have a load of boxes around because of Christmas, and then also semi-packing and things like that. So I'm cramped into a small little space. Let's see what's in store for you. So you're my first of today. You're my first water sign, Cancer. I am using these oracle cards behind me for the kind of, I don't know, for summary of the cards. And then I'm doing my tarot cards, 2 tarot decks for the main read. Okay. This is kind of laid out kind of very different to what I normally do. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for anybody else that's looking, that would, you know, be looking at how this is laid out. Interesting. But it makes sense to me, and that's what matters. You need to be able to understand what I am telling you, and you will do. Yeah. And then this deck. This deck does not want to stay in its position. So Merry Christmas, guys. Happy festivities. What you guys got planned for Christmas? Kind of excited. It's my first, nervous excited. I'm excited because I love Christmas. I love festive times. Anytime to have a celebration with family and kind of gifts and things, that's my jam. I'm a Taurus, so you know, it's my thing. But I'm kind of nervous. It's my first Christmas as a single parent, and all the dynamics that come with that. Kind of nerve-wracking. But you know, fun times. Get to explore it, I guess. Shake things up a little bit, make things a little different. New traditions. So comment below. Let me know what you're doing for Christmas. So let's begin, guys. We have balance, spirituality, and practicality. Yeah. Full moon in Pisces. Interesting. So as I say that, it kind of makes sense with what I was just saying. I feel as though this is a time for you to be balancing things out, kind of doing things a little bit differently, is what I feel like for you guys. I feel as though things are really coming together for you, though, and I do feel this sense of kind of wanting to explore your spiritual side a little bit more. Perhaps this year has been like for me as well. I am a Cancer rising, so it would make sense that I'm relating to your reading very much so as well. I'm going to move these cards just out the way. I'm going to keep having to set them up. And I get this sense, so where a lot of things have been going on this year, so now I feel like you kind of want to just tap into your kind of spirituality, kind of find your zen and peace. This is what I'm kind of feeling for you guys. If you look at the imagery on the Pisces moon, obviously Pisces is 2, I think, carps. Forgive me if I'm wrong, or goldfish. I don't even know. They're fish, right? I don't like fish. I don't eat fish. I mean, I don't mind the fish as an animal. I love animals and dolphins and things like that, but not to eat. And I'm not like a fish person that knows all the names of fishes. Anyway, off topic. I feel as though, to me, this is sort of giving, you know, that yin-yang, bringing things into this kind of calm of the ocean, which, again, you're a water sign, so I feel like this is the zone where you're wanting to be in. So taking time to really kind of reconnect in the way that suits you personally, I feel like. And this will be very different on an individual basis. I just feel like this need to find a peace in your life, bringing that back in, and kind of get them to blend in together, like your mundane life in with the spirituality. That's what I call it. Mundane is all the boring stuff of everyday adulthood, and then the spirituality is all the fun stuff where you just feel yourself, rather than feeling as though it's a distraction. That's the mundane. Discernment. Interesting. I do feel as though, like I said, there is this kind of dynamic where you are battling to kind of bring that into a space of balance and, you know, kind of, I guess, I feel as though, actually, as I'm saying this, there's this need to kind of be able to deal with the downs, it's like getting into a spiritual position where no matter what comes your way, you're able to deal with it from a better space. it's kind of like that vibe I feel with this is what you're trying to do. This discernment to me feels as though it's kind of it doesn't feel like anything major. It feels like the rumblings of having to do that, of figuring it out, I guess. And I think other people may be a little bit, I want to say in your way, weirdly. I just get this feeling of just little niggles and naggles of people that get into the way of maybe like you're wanting things to be a certain way, but obviously there's interruptions of like people, of humans. I just get this kind of something being in the way every time you try and bring yourself into this space. And I mean, we are in Mars retrograde, right? And this is affecting everybody. I do feel like communication-wise, people are more snappy. I feel like for you, and this is weird because when I've been talking about this, I don't specifically get you, it's kind of like other people, but I feel like for you, you're kind of, it's like, I can't find the words, it's like you don't have any patience for that attitude. You don't have the patience for people that may be snappy and reactive because of Mars in retrograde, and you kind of just want to be done with that. This is the feeling I'm getting of people being kind of in the way. So I am kind of flashing you. And what's next? Your commitment is being tested, and that's exactly what I was saying. I feel as though you are kind of reactive in a way, like just like this impatience. And I feel like this is, again, I mean, when we have any planet retrograding, I feel like we are being tested. Things are being brought to the surface to see, you know, are we ready for this next level? Are we going to deal well with this? Do we need to learn more lessons in that area? And I can really feel that for you growing here. And remember, that is spiritual growth, so be careful what you wish for is kind of coming to mind here. It's like, I want to feel a little bit more connected with my spirituality. Okay, so let's give you a few lessons. So just be aware of like what that means, because when we are going through our, like, you know, growth and learning and discovering, it comes with all the lessons. The mundane and the spirituality are one and the same. We kind of disconnect the two because one of them is something that makes us feel as though you know, we are in control, we have faith, we are flowing, and the other one feels as though it's interruptive. But they are both the same. It's the same universal energies that are trying to get you into the same space. The next level of your humanity, of your soul journey, of this lifetime. So keep that in mind. Wisdom. There's things for you to learn here for sure. Definitely, I feel if there's something you wish to be learning right now in areas of growth, look into studying in the area or researching books. I guess if people are asking what do you want for Christmas, and there's something you want to learn about, maybe ask for something around that kind of thing, you know, books, something like this. I just feel as though there's just something you could be learning, discovering, and reading seems to be something that's coming to mind as well with this. Reach for the stars. I do feel like meditation or some kind of spiritual downtime would be beneficial to you. This keeps coming back to me with this. All of your moons are kind of, you've got waxing, first quarter, and waning. So you're kind of all, you know, not whole moons here, other than our first one, which was our full moon. We've got all the, and I feel like you're literally in a process of something. Something is beginning within you or awakening, kind of growing and coming into, again, next level. I really do feel like something's being activated within you, Cancer, during this time. Interesting. But yeah, dare to dream, and I want you to reach for something. I really feel like there's something you desire, you want in your life, but yeah, again, I feel like this is an idea, and I'm now asking you to dare to dream, wish upon it, reach for it, go grab it. And that is the universal energies right now that's in the air. It's all about kind of us all think about, what do I want in my life? What's the next thing I want? And kind of focusing on that. Uranus is in Taurus, which means anything that we value in life is going to be a heightened intention right now. And it very much is kind of independency, freedom, and it's leading us towards a personal freedom. That's different for everybody, but I definitely get the sense for you it is very much in aligned with your spirituality or connecting deeper. It's kind of growing something within you for you, which is awesome. So we have the King of Cups and the Two of Cups, and these are great. How I read these ones is kind of like it's together. So I feel like you really are getting on top of these, like how things make you feel, how you kind of connect with your world and your universe. And I feel like the harder times are behind you in this area. But again, I do want you to be conscious. I've just noticed the crossing energy with this is the Four of Cups. So be conscious of kind of not feeling like it's enough. And I feel like gratitudes can help you with this. So when I say that, I mean, like, for example, say Christmas comes and again, somebody's ruined it, because I want to say to you, because, you know, there's always somebody. And you could literally focus on that and say, you know, you've ruined my Christmas and this is down, and it just kind of sticks with your mood. And then, so when it comes to gratitude, it's like, hey, I'm having a great Christmas. One person's mood's not going to ruin this for me. And I feel like I need to say, beware of that kind of thing that could come in, like the actions of others, the words of others could really taint your way of experiencing everything that you're growing, because you have this King of Cups, you have this Two of Cups, you have connection, you have good times. I definitely get this sense of being this a great time with loved ones. I feel like a relationship, it could be a really good time for kind of blossoming and growing. If you're looking to meet someone, this is a really good time to kind of meet someone, maybe for a friend, or your friends introducing you to somebody. Oh, look what you've got. Oh, that's really cool, Rune. I feel as though there's something that you could have to offer for somebody else as well. And this could be the partnership. If you do meet somebody, it could be that they need you as much as you need them, is what I want to say, but they need something from you that you have. It's kind of as though this is part of something you have to offer another person in terms of relationships, and this person needs that from you. And I feel like you're like the best person for them, which is it's a good thing, as in when you get someone, like when I feel as though they'll be really kind of grateful for you, because you have this thing that they've been looking for that they haven't gotten from anyone else, or that they really need in this time of their life. It's a really positive thing to have within a relationship, and I feel like that's what you need as well, somebody who is appreciative of what you have to offer. I do get the sense of that being a problem for you previously within relationships, as though just you're taken for granted, or really not everything you give someone, it's like they take it for granted. I'm going to stick with that. And that feels like this is different this time, because they really are grateful for what you have to offer, and they can see your worth and value in that. Interesting. And I get this sense of you being in a very independent state, whereas you don't need anybody else. And it's now a time where, if you are looking for a relationship, and I keep being drawn to a relationship here with this, even though the Two of Cups gives me that, but the whole thing is kind of getting me like, you're in this space where you don't need anybody else. You're doing perfectly fine on your own. So what you are attracting to yourself is coming from a place of, you know, what you're worthy of. You're like bringing that value to you, because you finally are kind of, I get this sense of maybe previously you have been like, I want to be with someone, I need to be with someone, I'm missing that connection, and you finally got to the space where you have this level of independence where you're like, hey, I really like this person, we're getting to know each other, this feels good. And it's not coming from a space where you're like on online chats and, you know, trying on dating sites and things like this. I feel like previously it's always been like that. So I feel like this connection that you're coming from is literally like an introduction from somebody, and it's kind of like a nice surprise. But again, I feel like you are kind of like the leader in this, like you're not expecting anything, and you're kind of chill about it. And you give me kind of wise vibes, which I'm loving for you, Cancer, because I do feel like previously in this year, you've been a little bit more reactive to social interactions, which, as I got in this first column, it was slightly different. This feels really good. But again, don't listen to the opinions of others, and don't forget to really see everything that you do have. I kind of want you to pay attention to the good times. Avoid any negative self-talk as well, because I feel as though you might self-sabotage a little bit. Again, if in terms of relationship, And I want to say, in terms of anything that, for example, gifting and just receiving something, I do feel like emotions and love and maybe family times, maybe you don't feel worthy of it. This kind of aspect to it. So be aware of not self-sabotaging, because you are worthy, and you deserve all of this good stuff that is coming at you. So just be mindful that your attitude is not going to self-sabotage, and kind of put a damper on the good stuff. An energy that we're heading towards. Interesting. So you had 2 cards in this position where it's in a position of 1. Interesting. I do feel like there's going to be a situation that is, maybe it's the stress of Christmas type kind of energy, because I don't feel like there's anything really majorly bad. But it feels as though, like, mentally, emotionally, it can be draining. And this is what I mean about you being impatient with people over here. It's kind of this similar energy. Because we have the 4 of Pentacles, and I feel like this is like you taking a lot on your plate. And we have the 10 of Wands paired with this. And the 10 of Wands can feel as though we are taking on way too much responsibility and doing anything. So I feel as though maybe this can be affecting your mood too, is if you are feeling as though everything is always on you and you have to be the responsible one, you have to be the one that's organizing everything, and perhaps, again, nobody is grateful for that, nobody's seeing that. And I do want you to kind of realize, I'll use the spirit of Christmas kind of thing here, but it's not fully this, because I feel as though we should all be appreciated for what we have to offer. But I kind of get this sense of realizing, like, remembering that, like the gift of giving, if we give a gift to somebody, and they're not thankful, or they don't appreciate it as much as you was hoping, maybe they don't re-gift you anything back, remember, when you're gifting something, it's the kindness of you that you're offering. Obviously, if someone's ungrateful, consider not gifting them before, but you didn't gift them to receive it back or for recognition, right? Because if you did, you're not gifting for the right reason. It is hard because sometimes you put all the efforts in, like, into a gift, and you think, oh, they're going to love this, and if they don't really react, or they're not grateful, and they get all this, it really makes you think, why did I bother? And I kind of think, like, remember that when you are doing something, you're not doing it for the gratitude. That is just, that's what we all expect, because that's the kind of attitude that we would give back, you know, treat people the way you want to be treated. And I feel like that's a little bit of this energy here that you're feeling and taking on too much. So try and be wary of what you are taking on, and not to take on more than what you can handle, because I do feel like it could be draining for you. Specifically if you take on a lot of community work as well, Cancer, because maybe I live in a small town, so this is the dynamics that I see all the time. I stay out of it. I do not work with my community, simply because I don't like getting into drama and that kind of thing, and you always have that when you work with the community, unfortunately. So we have a small town, and anybody that people offer stuff like, oh, I'll do this service, I'll do that, but then certain people get really annoyed that nobody showed them gratitude, or that they did that of their free will, and somebody else didn't offer their services for free, and it's just like all these types of things. It's like, why is everyone causing drama about this? Be grateful for that people are coming together. I mean, they end up being really good days, but what I'm saying, there's always this stress because people take on too much, or they have too many opinions on this when you're working as a team, and it's all, we forget what the whole thing's all about, really, isn't it? It's about coming together and kind of creating something great together. And I really do see that sort of within a town situation, and I feel like this can be similar for you. So be wary what you're kind of getting involved in, and understand, again, we are in Mars in retrograde, so any kind of people coming together may just come with disruptions because of that energy. And I also feel like within this time, anything that works is going to work, but anything that doesn't is not working for a reason, because perhaps it's showing you that that doesn't resonate with you anymore as well. So keep that in mind, Cancer. And here with this Ten of Ten of Wands and Four of Pentacles, I do feel like making sure that you are treating yourself. So again, I am a single parent, but also I have been married for like 10 years. And even throughout those 10 years, I would buy myself Christmas gifts. I was always the one in charge of gift giving and buying gifts and things. And I would purposely buy mine under the tree. My intention was like, at the end of it, because like, why does the mummy have stuff for Christmas? But also because I like receiving gifts, and also like, I'm a Taurus, so I'm very much like, I see things I want all the time. And the way that I felt comfortable in buying things for myself within the marriage, because I was mainly the caretaker and he was the provider, was to say, okay, it's a Christmas present. So I'd buy myself gifts for Christmas, and I wouldn't feel like I'm just getting things for the sake of it. Like, that's my mentality, is I felt kind of like I had to do it that way, or else it would not, I don't know. It's just this weird thing that I do because I always feel not worthy, I guess, in this sense. So Christmas made me feel like that was an okay time to treat myself. And I feel like you need to realize that you do need to treat yourself, because, you know, it doesn't matter if anybody else does, as long as you are showing yourself self-love and respect, and you're this independent person, right? So you can do that. I feel like people do not give themselves enough. And it's not the same just buying yourself something. You have to wrap it up, put it under the tree, or get Santa to bring it, whichever, if you have children or not. And yeah, do the whole thing, because it just makes you feel good, even if you bought yourself and you know what it is. I often forget what I've got, and I open it, I'm like, thank you, Santa. I'm a Taurus sun sign, so. Next, okay, this is good. King of Pentacles. I do feel as though like abundance is that, and that is all around you. This whole top column, you have King of Cups, Two of Cups, King of Pentacles, and then Ace of Cups. Like, and that's future place over there. But what I'm saying is, like, you've got all these really positive cards. Like all the cards can be positive, but I mean, these are really great cards to have in this energy that you're in. I do feel as though financially there's not really there's no burdens here in that sense. I'm getting no worries here. I kind of feel as though something to do with like your income, on how you earn. I feel like there could be a change for some reason. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel as though you are directing this. Like, it could be whether it's a promotion or change of scenery. Like, I don't know what you do, obviously. I just feel that there's some kind of change in the way that your income comes, or in the just something. So whether it's change job or something changing, I don't know. And it feels as though like this is a journey that you're ready to embark on with that. And I feel like the financial rewards from this are positive. It's a very good change in this way. Could even be that you're meeting someone and they, you know, are also joining with your finances. Just something financial. It's going to change for in a good way, I feel. And I'm being drawn. There's like 3 comets. I feel like maybe you may be forced into a change if you do not make a change. It may be like, this is happening, so something's going to change. Yeah, I don't know. That's just coming to me now. Interesting. The crossing energy with this, definitely a coming together of ideas or something. So the crossing energy we have, okay, so here's a good thing. So I feel as though even if you're forced into a change or anything, like, it's in your best interest. And I don't feel like you'll be saddened by it. I actually feel like it's the opposite, like relief. So I think that with any changes that are going to come with you, they're going to bring abundance. And I feel as though you're going to be perfectly okay within whatever happens. With any changes, I just feel as though you will adapt very easily. There will not be this loss and sorrow over this change. It's kind of as though things are changing and this is what you've been waiting for. Really cool. Yeah, so I definitely feel as though, okay, so we have the Hierophant and we have the High Priestess in reverse. I definitely feel as though there's just a kind of dynamic of a situation that is beyond your control. But I do feel as though you're adapting very easily to this. But I kind of think that you do need to flow and stop trying to force and manipulate a situation. I feel like what will be, will be. The Hierophant is kind of giving me that wisdom of trusting and having faith. kind of vibe from him I'm getting. And again, with the spirituality side of things, I want you to kind of find your chi, that flow, something that gives you the zen of life. I know I use several different words there that mean kind of different things, but I just want you to find something that feels right to you on a spiritual level that is calming and harmony. I just feel this need for you to find something that's calming. But I feel as though you need to learn to flow a little bit with all of this, because it's kind of like you cannot force something. It's just going to naturally flow the way that it's going right now. And that is the energies in the air. I feel as though we take one turn and we think we're going in a direction, and then something else redirects us. Now, this can feel roller coastery when we're in that motion if we are kind of stuck with a one-directional idea and we want that and it's being over here. It doesn't mean we're not going to get that where we're heading, but if we don't adapt slowly, it may take a lot longer to get there, or it's just harder. The journey feels harder because you're constantly seeing the twists and turns, the twists and turns as interruptions instead of just you're being directed. It's just not a straight line. And very rarely is anything ever a straight line anyway. So it's like kind of in humanity, we've expected to kind of have that route. And when we don't, which is always, we feel as though these are letdowns and knockdowns. And I think it's learning that the different cycles of the energies that we're always working with, because we are on a life journey. We're not walking a path. Yeah, I don't know. I know what I mean by that analogy. I'm sure you get it, right? I also feel with this High Priestess in reverse, again, nurturing. I'm just getting this nurture yourself, and yeah, finding what gives you calmness and serenity. I am moving my table. Okay. Oh, I didn't pull the forecast of this. Ace of Cups is in your future positions, new beginnings, changes. This is also a card that can also signify love and relationships. I do feel that this is coming in for you. If you are in a long-term relationship and it's all going good, I feel as though this is like a renewal of something. Maybe someone renews their vows, or that kind of idea comes to mind for you guys to do. Just feels as though like a new spark of beginnings for you guys. Could even be a move, a change. Like I said, the change in finances and a journey. I could definitely see that going with that King of Pentacles, of being in the relationship, new places, and take you, I mean, when you move house. Your heart. Alright, I'll come out there in a little bit. We're almost finished with this video. I've got 4 more cards to read, okay? And like when you move, it kind of puts you in this new house, new energy, and I feel like that could be a vibe here. But definitely new beginnings for you. I do feel as though, again, this could bring different emotions, and this is why I'm feeling different feelings, different ways, and this is why I feel like we're flowing with that. There may be a few changes coming into the new year. I do feel like 2023 is still going to continue with this constant changing, but in a much more positive light than what I feel that we felt through 2022. I feel like it's going to continue in the same sort of way, but more positively, seeing the kind of results coming to us. Mummy will wash it in a moment. We also have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So I do feel like you need to learn to kind of let go, release control, and allow others to give to you. I feel as though maybe you are in control of that, because again, you take on a lot of responsibility. Have a check-in to see if that is because you are trying to control the situation a little bit too much. And I could touch on what I said earlier by, buying gifts for yourself. In a way, that could have been me, being in control of what I am receiving, because I want to get quality and I know that I know what I like, right? So that's maybe not trusting somebody else would gift you what you like, so you take control of the situation, right? But it's nice to receive surprises. It's nice to be surprised. I feel like maybe releasing some control in areas of your life in future could be the thing. As we said over here about going with the flow and having faith, I feel like that is where you need to start applying to your life. And I think that's what you're going to be sort of discovering coming into these new beginnings. New way of being, maybe. Interesting. Okay, so crystals that could be beneficial for you at the moment. we have flower agate, rose quartz, and a peach selenite. Oh, it's all about the love crystals as well, really. Bit of self-love. So peach selenite. We have with that one insight. We have empathy with the rose quartz, and we have expression with the flower agate. I'm definitely feeling you coming and growing. So if you are, exploring your gifts, I feel like there's a growth of that coming into you. New empathetic abilities and insights, trusting your intuition, and expressing yourself in the way that really helps you become one with yourself, actually. I really get this sense of you finding what brings out your inner calm. I know I keep saying that, and that's what's really coming through for me, Cancer, for you. Is finding that calm. Maybe trying to discover a way that you can invite more downtime into your life. And yeah, understanding yourself on a deeper level. And trusting in yourself. Cancer, I feel like that come up a few times over the last few months as well, of trusting in yourself. I do think that you've had a little bit of a dynamic where you're not sure whether you're supposed to trust yourself. I actually feel like the energies a month or two ago, we were supposed to see things incorrectly, and this kind of makes us question ourselves a little bit. I felt like that was needed. So that could be something that lingers with you a little bit, and trying to learn that you can trust in your intuition and trust in yourself. So keep that in mind, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. Please keep an eye out on my channel and subscribe for any future updates. I am hoping to do a kind of Christmas special, Christmas special or something, so keep your eye out on my page. So, like I said, subscribe and you'll get all the updates. Thank you so much, guys.